It was a quiet summer evening in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. The year was 1967, and the air was heavy with stories of strange lights and sightings of a winged creature with glowing red eyes. Mary Heyer, a local journalist, was sorting through files in her dimly lit office when the knock came. She opened the door to find two men, tall, pale, and wearing perfectly pressed black suits. Their features were expressionless, their eyes obscured by dark sunglasses, even though it was well past sunset. One of them spoke with a strange cadence, almost robotic, asking questions about her coverage of UFO sightings and the so-called Mothman. Then they warned her to stop her investigations. Without waiting for a response, the men turned and vanished into the night. No car, no sound, no footprints. This was not the first such encounter, and it would not be the last. The phenomenon of the Men in Black, or MIB, didn't begin with Point Pleasant. Its roots stretch back to the late 1940s, the dawn of the modern UFO era. In 1947, a man named Harold Dahl claimed to have witnessed 6 flying objects over Maury Island in Puget Sound, Washington. Shortly after reporting the incident, Dahl said he was visited by a man in a dark suit who warned him not to speak of what he'd seen. This visitation occurred just days before the now famous Roswell crash. The timing was uncanny, and so were the similarities in behavior, emotionless speech, uncanny mannerisms, and an eerie knowledge of witnesses' private lives. As UFO sightings increased in the following decades, so too did reports of these mysterious enforcers, always in black suits, always appearing shortly after an unexplained encounter, and always intent on silencing those who had seen too much. Officially, no branch of the US government acknowledges the existence of the Men in Black, yet the consistency of their behavior across decades, countries, and cultures suggests more than just coincidence. In some accounts, MIB agents drive vintage black cars that disappear without a trace. Others describe them as awkwardly mimicking human behavior, drinking Jell-O like it's water, or referring to common objects as if they'd never seen them before. While some believe these are secret government operatives tasked with suppressing knowledge of extraterrestrials, others claim something far stranger, that the Men in Black may not be human at all. In 1953, Albert K. Bender, founder of the International Flying Saucer Bureau, abruptly shut down his organization. He claimed to have been visited by 3 men in black who materialized in his room, surrounded by an unnatural fog. They didn't just threaten him, they communicated telepathically, paralyzing him with fear and demanding silence. Bender's chilling account would go on to shape the popular image of the MIB. He later published a book titled Flying Saucers and the 3 Men, in which he described the entities as otherworldly beings rather than human agents. His story set the tone for a new era of UFO paranoia, one where the watchers weren't just government spies, but something far more alien. Psychologists and folklorists have studied the MIB phenomenon as an example of modern myth-making. Some suggest that the stories are projections, fear responses to real government surveillance during the Cold War. In this view, the MIB are manifestations of collective anxiety, shaped by the culture of secrecy and mistrust that gripped post-war America. But others argue that this explanation is too tidy. Why, they ask, do witnesses often report physical after effects? nosebleeds, missing time, or even post-traumatic stress? And how do you explain the sightings of MIB in places like Brazil, the UK, and Eastern Europe, where Cold War propaganda wouldn't have created the same folklore? The mystery deepens when witnesses describe mechanical speech patterns, unnatural skin tones, or telepathic communication. Details that suggest something more than human psychology at play. For decades, the US government denied involvement in UFO investigations. That changed with the declassification of Project Blue Book and later revelations about the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, ATIP. These programs acknowledged that UFOs, now called UAPs, had been taken seriously at the highest levels. But none of these programs mention the men in black. Still, some whistleblowers have hinted at unacknowledged units tasked with disinformation and witness suppression. Could these shadow operatives be the source of the MIB legends? Or are the stories of emotionless android-like beings simply exaggerations born from fear? Whatever the answer, the secrecy itself continues to fuel suspicion. In 2008, a hotel manager in Niagara Falls reported a chilling experience. Two men in black suits entered the lobby, asking about one of the employees. An alleged UFO witness who had taken a video of strange lights in the sky. Surveillance footage showed the men, identical heights, identical gait, bald, expressionless, and dressed identically. Staff members who interacted with them described them as unsettling, without eyebrows or eyelashes, and with strangely hypnotic voices. When the employee they sought was called, he refused to come down, terrified by what he'd already seen. The men left soon after, vanishing as mysteriously as they arrived. The footage from that day still circulates online and remains one of the few visual records of supposed MIB. Long before the term Men in Black existed, cultures around the world told stories of mysterious beings who silenced witnesses of otherworldly events. In Native American lore, shadowy figures known as skinwalkers were said to punish those who broke taboos or revealed sacred knowledge. In Norse mythology, the Svartalfar, dark elves, were secretive beings tied to forbidden knowledge in hidden realms. Modern parallels exist too. In parts of South America, Los Hombres de Negro are said to appear after UFO sightings. In parts of Asia, mysterious officials dressed in black have allegedly interrogated witnesses of high strangeness events. The recurring theme across cultures? A dark presence that guards forbidden knowledge. The mystery of the MIB entered the mainstream with the 1997 film Men in Black, turning the eerie tales into a blockbuster comedy. But this sanitized portrayal bears little resemblance to the original stories. The real MIB accounts are not charming. They're cold, invasive, and often traumatic. Still, Hollywood's depiction served a purpose: to trivialize the phenomenon. By turning the MIB into a pop culture punchline, the deeper mystery was buried beneath layers of satire. This tactic, diluting fear with entertainment, has been used before, from alien abductions to Area 51. Whether intentional or not, it muddles the public's ability to separate fact from fiction. Within the world of fringe science and conspiracy research, theories about the Men in Black diverge wildly. Some claim they are artificial beings, biological androids or clones created by an extraterrestrial race to manage contact with humans. Others argue they're interdimensional entities, slipping into our reality to observe and intervene during moments of high strangeness. Still others suggest they are tulpas, thought forms conjured into existence by the collective belief of millions who fear the unknown. In each case, the men in black are not just observers. They are enforcers, gatekeepers of reality who suppress forbidden knowledge and eliminate anomalies before they ripple too far into the mainstream. One chilling pattern in MIB encounters is the after effect. Witnesses often withdraw from public life. Some abandon their research. Others suffer sudden illness or mental breakdowns. The message is clear. Whatever force is behind these visitations doesn't just erase information. It erases curiosity. Even seasoned UFO researchers have gone silent after receiving a visit. The fear isn't just of being watched. It's of being undone. This psychological impact mirrors classic intimidation tactics. Except here, the threat comes with a touch of the paranormal. As smartphones, satellites, and social media have pulled back the veil on once hidden phenomena, reports of the men in black have not vanished. If anything, they've evolved. Modern sightings include reports of black-clad figures appearing at UFO crash sites, intercepted digital communications, and strange phone calls warning experiencers to remain quiet. The black suits remain, but so do the questions. Whether they are agents of a clandestine government program, emissaries from another dimension, or the embodiment of our collective fear of the unknown, the men in black endure. In every story, they stand as the final barrier between mystery and revelation, and they always arrive too late, or just in time. In the world of unexplained phenomena, few figures are as iconic or as unsettling as the men in black. They blur the line between myth and surveillance, between folklore and fact. Their presence marks a moment when reality fractures and something unknown peers through the crack. Are they real, imagined, or something in between? Perhaps the true mystery lies not in who they are, but in why we keep seeing them. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and if you hear a knock late at night, don't answer right away. You've just explored another mystery with JB Animated Mysteries. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And turn on notifications so you never miss a story where facts and fiction collide. Until next time, the truth is out there. Keep looking.